think I'm going to stand on this one.
Do we have to get one of those standing desks?
Yeah.
I thought about getting one of those, but they're fucking expensive.
Let's stand this episode. You want to? Can you even stand that long?
Do I ever want to stand?
Can you stand for an hour?
Do you ever see me willingly stand anywhere?
No, I don't actually.
No, it's because I have a bad back.
Is that why?
Well, and I'm lazy. It's a combination of the two.
Sick. Is that a weed hat?
It is. This hat's actually from... This is from a new up-and-coming company from right here in Austin called Texas Kush Company.
Kush Company, huh? Are you going to get free weed for wearing that?
No, not free weed. You get free weed. Well, not free.
Gummies?
You can pay for weed merchandise. They've got...
You getting paid for this?
Hats.
We don't do free advertising here.
Shirts. Well, it's kind of a trial basis thing. I said I'd at least wear the hat.
Did you get some weed?
Give him the old Koopy bump.
Did you get some weed for free?
I have a surprising amount of weed.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit them with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
Welcome to the Iconoblast Podcast, the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. Do not mock me. Do not mock me.
My name is Matthew Cooper.
My name is Matthew Cooper. Thank you very much. And with me, as always, is Joel R. Benner. And for some reason, he's standing up for this episode.
What's up, guys?
What, is this
I just want to stand. I'm working on my fitness.
Oh, it's part of your
training.
Your new health journey.
I'm going to get healthy. My pants just fell off.
I mean, I guess that means you're losing weight. Your belt doesn't fit right.
Look how great I look. I can't show you yet.
That bulge is looking fucking
It's getting smaller.
jacked.
I lose weight in my penis first. All my fat glands are in my dick. Kevin, sit down now.
Speaking of dicks, when was the last time that you had your dick when was the last time you had your dick touched by somebody when you weren't expecting it? Because I just had a strange phone call with my sister right before the show started.
Weren't expecting it. I think Ross flicked me in my pee hole today.
Just today?
As he walked by, yeah.
Okay, so you have a similar experience to my nephew. I expect that because
it happens every day.
Ross walks through the halls of the studio like a 1980s bully.
Yeah, so he
shoulder checks everybody people. That he walks past.
Like the Bill Burr joke. He's like, right in the dick tip. Wait, so you were just saying something.
My young nephew just had his first physical today. And that's the phone call that I was on when we were getting set up for the show. Yeah.
He lost his virginity today.
Yeah.
From what I could hear.
Wasn't expecting it. Which, I mean, I wasn't expecting it when I lost my virginity either. This? Oh, yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, what the fuck is he going to do?
Your nephew lost his virginity to a black woman today.
No, nobody said that she was black.
She was like 56, ugly, and fucked your nephew, who's 8.
She was old and she was unattractive. That much I was able to gather from the description that I got.
Not to say any racial slurs.
No, I just mean in general. I've been telling her that for years. She
has a problem with that.
Yeah. And always with the hard R. So anyway, he went into he's got
your sister listens to our show still?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Since the beginning.
Yeah, she listens to every single episode.
Fuck. So she's going to hear this.
Yep.
Sorry.
Hi, Amanda. So anyway, about your son's penis. So yeah, he went into, he was just getting his initial appointment for ADD medication because he's like me. He's got a wild brain. Yeah, runs in the family. That's about the only thing that runs in this family. So he was going in to get checked out, and as far as my sister knew and as far as my nephew knew, it was just going to be the doctor's going to ask him some questions, and then he's going to get a prescription and he's going to leave. Like the same thing that happens anytime I go to the doctor.
How many physicals have you had?
No, way less than I should.
Yeah, me too.
So the doctor goes through with all the questions that she wanted to ask him and asking my sister questions. and then asks my nephew to lay back on the exam table. She's like, "Oh, okay, so I'm just going to press around on your stomach, and you let me know if it hurts anywhere." Which, I mean, that's pretty normal, and that's something that you can deal with fairly easily. So she presses on his stomach a little bit, and then just grabs his pants.
With lotion, right?
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, with the amount of money that they spend on medical care, yeah, there better be some fucking lotion involved.
He doesn't know what this is. This is like a porn scene.
It needs to be one of those full-blown, what do they call it? Like
she pulls his pants down and starts massaging his dick.
No, oils herself up first, because it was like one of those, what do they call them?
Was she nude?
Nuru massage? Well, if not, it'd be weird if she's just smearing baby oil all over her clothes.
54-year-old black woman, unattractive, covered in oil.
Pretty much.
Just rips your nephew's pants off. That's what you're saying?
Well, I'm literally describing my childhood fantasies right now.
I'm so proud of him.
I know. I can't figure out why he's traumatized by all this.
Well, he was traumatized. Okay, so, I'll let you say it. Sorry.
Yeah, well, just out of nowhere, like without saying, "Hey, I need to look at your dick," which is what a doctor should say in these situations.
And now it's time for me to look at your penis.
Yeah. Now, the scientific term is dick. I'm going to look at your big old schlonger, so I'm going to pull your pants down, and I'm going to take a look at your ding dong. She didn't say any of that. He's just laying back on the table, and she's pressing around on his stomach, grabs his pants and pulls him down, and starts grabbing his dick. And understandably, being a 9-year-old, he like pushes her hands out of the way and covers himself up.
And he's like, "What the fuck?"
And she's sitting there like, "Oh no, I just need to take a look," trying to get his hands out of the way. Obviously, he's super fucked. This is literally the first time that anybody, like any female, aside from my mom or my sister, like his grandma or his mom, has ever. What
do you mean your mom touches his dick?
That's what grandmas do. Did you never have a grandma?
I did, but she never.
It's like one of the reasons you're excited to go to grandma's house.
Whoa. That culture you're in must have been really weird.
Yeah, well, also Southeast Oregon. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, she's sitting there grabbing at his wiener and not seeming to understand.
Was changed the diaper when he was a baby. She didn't like teach him to piss or something, did she?
I mean, not that I know of.
She was like, "Here's how you hold it."
I'm assuming my sister did that.
Yeah.
Because every boy needs to learn how to hold his wiener right.
Well, that's what the dad does. Dad teaches you how to pee.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that growing up.
Neither did I.
Thank you very much. Well,
Either did I.
That's why we both have so many problems peeing.
Yeah. That's why I just pee in the shower. I didn't know what a toilet was.
So anyway, long story short, yeah, he got groped by some doctor today and ended up running out of the clinic.
He
crying.
ran out?
Yeah, ran out to the car, wanted to get in the car. Well,
where was his mother?
He kept it together until the appointment was over, and my sister could tell that he was
handled it, but
strong.
He was like, "This is fucked."
Oh no, he was handling it.
Mommy was in the room
considerably well.
Why didn't she say anything? She in the corner masturbating?
Oh.
It's a bad joke. Sorry.
No, but once she was done, she knocked that bitch out. But yeah, poor guy got groped by an older woman for the first time today.
Fuck. Yeah, joking aside.
And from my experience, you don't start enjoy getting groped by older women until you're at least
10?
12.
Yeah.
Well, you were
How old is he?
Early bloomer. He's 9.
Yeah, it's still young.
Give it a few more years, and
a couple more years, and he'll like it.
He'll be into it.
I think he likes it now. He probably starts jerking off.
He's not old enough for that yet. He's not a deviant like you or Adam.
Okay. Yeah, it was
Adam Hester from the Skeleton Factory podcast.
Really yeah, Skeleton Factory podcast. Listen to it, bitch. Yeah, that sucks. That could be like the most awful thing ever if you're not ready.
Yeah, that's
weird that she. Okay, joking aside, that's really fucked up that she just ripped his dick out.
Well, that's what I said too, because
that's real story.
Yeah, it's a real story. The first time that I went,
she wasn't
in
like,
to get
okay,
a physical,
now I'm gonna look at your pee-pee.
No, that's the thing. Is there was no advance warning. Even now, if I'm like getting ready for,
was he getting a physical?
No, that's like that wasn't discussed beforehand.
What was he going in there for?
And I'm damn near 38 years old, and somebody like anybody, even if I'm going into a romantic relationship with a lady, you better give me advance warning if you're gonna If you're gonna touch
dude,
my
I had
wee-wee.
I was 26.
I'm just
and my
joking.
appendix-
Anybody, I'm old enough now. Anybody who wants to touch it, you just go ahead and touch it.
The butthole?
No, the wiener.
Pee-pee.
Well, the doctor wasn't touching his butthole.
My appendix burst when I was like 26, and they had to rush me into emergency surgery. And I still tried to tell the doc. I was like, "What are you gonna do?" And he told me, he's like, "I'm gonna shove my fingers up your ass."
You're like, kiss me first.
Because he had to know, like, I would have to go into surgery right then if I was like bleeding out of my asshole and stuff. But luckily I wasn't yet. But then later I did.
Then after the doctor was done,
Then there was just blood everywhere, and he laughed and rode off in a red Corvette.
and strangely, he wasn't wearing scrubs. He was wearing like khaki shorts and flip flops.
Looking back on it, he said his name was Doctor.
A polo with a popped collar.
Yeah. His first name was Doc, and his last name was Tur. Oh, that sucks, dude.
No, I did feel bad.
Sorry,
for him because
nephew.
We
don't say names, right? Yeah.
Well, I can say my sister's
B-Dog.
name. Well, I already said it, my sister's name, but yeah.
Yo, Amanda and B-Dog, that sucks.
Yeah, Amanda
dude.
and B-Dog, I'm sorry to hear about that, because the first time that I went in for a physical, I knew what was going to happen. I was
And it
probably
was
around
still
the same
shitty.
age.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was
Being
still
a kid,
nervous about it. I was
they're
like,
gonna-
wait, there's some random stranger is going to touch my wiener?
And when I was in Pee Wee,
Somebody from outside of the
Football,
family is going to touch my wiener? It's
think
cool if it's my uncle's.
my first time was junior high, I think, that I can remember.
Oh, really? I had to go in when
Or
I
a
was...
little earlier, 6th or 7th grade.
I think I was...
What grade is he in?
I mean, he's 9, so
3rd? 4th?
if he's anything like me, he's probably still in preschool because he keeps flunking out.
I don't know
but
the
I don't
grade
keep up with
ratios.
that type of stuff.
12 is when you go into high school, right?
No, if
12 or
you're like
13.
me, you're about 24 when you finally get to your freshman year. Like I said, I was a
I
late
remember I was
bloomer.
playing Pee Wee football, and you have to get a physical to make sure that you are healthy enough to play football. And it was a line. Every kid that was in football. We had part of your outfit already on. Walked into a room, grabbed your balls, and they're like, cough. And they looked at your dick and then looked at your butthole, and they were like, you're good to go. Boom, and sent you out. One at a time, open space. No privacy. Just
Wait,
fucking Pee Wee football.
Pee Wee football is the game masturbating in the theater.
Yeah.
Dude, the physical that
The Roadrunners, dude.
when I had to go through
Fuckers touch my balls.
my physical to get into the Army, that was the most uncomfortable physical I have ever gone through, because this was like, wasn't when we were actually in basic training. This was the physical that you had to go through to even sign up for the military. It's at a place called MEPS. It's the military blah 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 whatever. It's been a long time since I've been there. But the fucked up part about it was, like, everybody else that was there going through the same process was fucking with everybody else. So somebody who went in to get part of the physical, they would come up and just describe it as the most horrible thing possible. And then it would be like a game of telephone where, since everybody's lined up to go into like one single office to get something done to them, the first person comes out the door, tells the first person in line, who tells the second person in line, tells the third person in line. If you're towards the end of the line, all of a sudden you find out, like, holy shit, they're going to stick their finger up your butt and then they're going
And
to
your
cut your
pee
balls off.
Yeah.
You're like,
They
oh,
have to take a swab
fuck,
of your...
well, I want this real bad, so I guess I'm just going to let them finger me.
And they didn't?
No, it was surprisingly tame, considering, like, I didn't get a finger in my butthole until I was like 30, which is surprising. I pictured things playing out
I've had
differently
a
when I
lot of
was a
fingers
kid.
in my butthole.
Well, everybody has their hobbies.
I don't like it. It just happens.
Yeah, sometimes I wipe too hard.
Yeah, sometimes we don't have to go into that. We all have to deal with their own butthole in our own ways. And buttholes are all different sizes, and there's all kinds of different ways to clean them.
There are different strokes for different folks, and sometimes your stroke is in and out of your butthole with a finger.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about something called the rule of the prostitutes. And this is kind of an esoteric subject, not super well known, but I thought that it was interesting because it's a period of Vatican history or Catholic history, which one of our listeners, I probably shouldn't say her name. You know who you are. We talk about Catholic history a lot.
C-Dog. K-Dog.
K-Dog. I'm sure that she'll have a decent amount to say about this. But the rule of the prostitutes, also known as the Papal Pornocracy, was a period of papal, P-A-P-A-L.
What the hell does that mean?
It's
just a name?
Like Pope?
It means Pope in a different language?
No, it's the same
Hey,
language.
Pope.
It's just like, it's almost like saying an administration when you're talking about a president. Also like a papacy. I don't know.
Papacy.
There's a.
How would you say that with president?
What do you mean?
Presidential?
Give me a. Yeah, you could say presidential. Yeah,
Presidential situation.
Papal would be similar to presidential.
for a
So
pope.
this would be the presidential pornocracy, also known as the Bill Clinton administration. Am I right? Actually, JFK fucked way more people than
Dude,
Clinton.
Kahneman Podcast is already fucking over everything. Let's not let that filter into here. We don't talk about the Clintons on this show.
Well,
'Cause this show actually makes money.
Between the two of us, I'm the only one that makes appearances on the Kahneman Podcast, so I'm putting my own life at risk.
But you're putting our show at risk right now.
Okay, that's
No
fair
conspiracy talk.
enough. No conspiracy talk on the Iconoblast Podcast.
You're this close to being killed.
Oh God, I know. I am pushing that envelope as hard as I can, as hard as I fucking can.
Yeah, listen to the Comment Podcast. It's a conspiracy theory podcast where mostly we just get drunk and fuck around while Sean tries to tell us about his conspiracy theories.
It's really nice being on the opposite end of that whole situation where Sean's trying to run the show and
Trying to
keep it together.
wrangle
And I'm just like,
three
hey, I'm
lunatics.
gonna get drunk and have. I know, and he's got an even harder job than I do with consistently having 3 drunk lunatics on his show.
He loves it for some reason.
Oh, I do too. I have so much fun with the Kahneman Podcast.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
The French historian, a French historian once called Pope John XII, quote, a robber, a murderer, and incestuous person, unworthy to represent Christ upon the pontifical throne.
Pontifical.
John's tenure as Pope came at the end of what some Catholic historians call the Papal Pornocracy, or put simply, the rule of the prostitutes.
So a pope decides what prostitutes are or can do?
No, I think prostitutes generally decide what
Who they're gonna
prostitutes
fuck?
are. Yeah, I mean,
Well, they don't really get to decide it sometimes. Back in the day.
well, I mean, if they're sex slaves, no, but sex slaves don't usually get paid, and that's why they're called slaves. Prostitutes have some more agency, at least
Sort of.
ideally. Yeah, sort of.
I've seen Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, that's probably an accurate depiction of it. The rule of the prostitutes lasted from 904 AD until 964 AD. The reason this period was named as such is primarily because of John's whorish grandmother, Marozia. Granny Marozia spent years manipulating Roman politics with her beauty, charm, and seemingly indestructible vagina. This woman did a good amount of fucking.
Oh, wait, so this pope was backing up the prostitutes?
No, what it was is
Because he had a slutty grandma?
John the 12th was a descendant of Marozia, and this lady Marozia
Was a badass bitch.
was a badass bitch. I mean, to be honest, yeah, she was a badass bitch. Like, she took control of the Holy
Tons of
Roman
dicks.
Empire. Oh, yeah.
The Roman Empire.
Yeah, because the Holy Roman Empire and Catholicism got a bit of a history together.
They connect.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's...
Is the Holy Roman Empire different than the Roman Empire? Same shit.
Oh, no, vastly fucking different. The Holy Roman Empire is the
Later?
shitty Roman Empire. Yeah,
It's the later
it's
one.
much
Yeah,
later.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it got shittier over time. Technically, the Byzantines are really the shitty Roman Empire.
The Byzantines.
But
Hey, but that's where fucking the guy with the bone in his penis came from.
the Samuel Czar.
Yeah. The baculum.
Baculum. Holy shit.
I can remember.
Dude, this
This
is
a
a
learning
fucking
show.
learning show.
Yeah. It's a learning show.
I mean, maybe not learning anything useful, but
No, we
you're
learn
learning.
a lot.
I mean,
Learn a lot.
I use the word baculum on a daily basis.
Me too now. I know what it means now. And I know what the triarii are. So I've learned 2 things so far. And I know what a cloaca is in detail.
Which is weird because that was never a topic of the show. That was something that I think
just happened.
you initially brought up. And
It
then
just happened
continued
because
to
of
bring up.
mermaids.
Oh yeah, fuck.
We-
If we go down that,
We're not
rabbit
going
hole
back
again.
there yet, but dude, I found out so much shit when the right time comes.
I'm gonna blow your mind with cloaca facts.
Yeah. There's so many.
Marozia was known to have many lovers and would award the most virile of her boy toys with a Roman tiara. She would give them a little gift if they could fuck really good.
Tiara, isn't that a
She would-
headband thing?
Yeah,
Like a
yeah. She would
on
give them. She would give them like a little Miss
Cute
America
little
crown
thing?
if they could
Aw.
fuck really well. I mean, I wish I got. Well, actually, no. They might actually still hand those out. I've just never gotten one, which is understandable.
the Holy Roman Empire still exists.
No, not anymore.
You're not getting
I mean,
a tiara. Do you need a tiara?
No, I'm saying women might be handing out tiaras for doing a good job at fucking, and I just understandably haven't gotten one. Marozia's great political power earned her the unprecedented title of Senatrix of Rome. That means that she was a female
Dominatrix.
senator. Yeah, she was a dominatrix, and she would just whip the shit out of all those bad little
And make
senators.
some rules on the side.
And she used said power to control the papacy. Marozia was not only the mistress of Pope Sergius III, she had a pope factory for a uterus.
Marozia. It's like
Marozia.
one of the first cool Roman names. Every
Oh,
fucking
dude,
name's
there's
been so
tons
stupid.
of cool Roman names.
Like what?
Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Isn't that fake?
I mean, he's a fake person, but he's based on like some.
I mean, all the
real-
ones that we
I mean,
talked about
there were
were
dudes
all,
that were
like,
actually
dorky
named
names.
Maximus back in the day.
Like, who was the guy that got poop thrown on him and he almost died from shit?
Publius.
Publius? Like, come on, dude.
Okay,
That
that's
is
a
the
pretty,
worst name.
Yeah,
and the
that's-
king that Caesar fucked to get some ships.
that was Nicomedes. No,
Yeah,
started with
Nicomedes?
a-
Oh,
started
that's
with a
not that bad.
M.
That's his name. Diabetes or whatever.
Uh,
There was
I mean,
diabetes.
Marcus.
Publius.
Marcus is an old school Roman name.
Marcus Aurelius is cool.
Uh,
But like all the names for the Legion, Triarii, okay, that one became cool as you get to know what they are. All the rest sound stupid. Like hepatitis or
I
whatever
don't
it is.
know. I think all of them sound kind of cool, but I think that's because
What's
I'm
on the front line? Frontline
there's
guys?
there's the Hastati. No, you're
Hastati's
talking
okay.
the Velites, Hastati, Principes,
The Velites. That's kind of like
Triarii, Equites.
Velites.
Yeah, Velites or Velites.
It just seems kind of like
I think that
they were like a
Romans had good names.
what's it called?
Some
when-
of them
when
had
you're
good names.
a little Nico.
I thought you were going to say a little bagoo.
Yeah, or Bagoo. But not. I mean, I'm not saying gay. I'm just saying like it's like they were like
Romans,
the toughest, most extremely feminine army ever. I think
Romans were metrosexual.
they were just like, damn, and they could kill, but it was always like and like fancy. Like they were the fanciest murderers. That's what I think.
They always did it with a lot of flair.
Yeah.
They had to do it with a
full
lot
of
of
flair, and they wore skirts and g-strings and had their
Wait,
shirts
oh
off.
no! At what?
It was like a piece
At
of
what
straw.
point did we determine that they're wearing g-strings
Well,
with their shirts
whatever they
off?
had, what they had, a diaper. It was probably just a skirt.
I mean, they'd be wearing a
Probably
tunic.
just a skirt.
A tunic is sort of like a
Nah, that gets in the way.
sundress.
It's like it's hot out. You're just in your skirt out there fighting. When you fall in combat, all you see is upskirts
Just
till you die.
balls.
Yeah, and you're just
Balls.
happier than shit.
fields and fields of balls. It's like that part in
That's Valhalla
Gladiator
for
where Maximus is walking through the field, dragging his fingers across all the wheat, except it's just balls over your
Yeah,
head.
and as you die, you like look up and you just go across the fuzzies.
My God, it's filled with balls.
And sometimes a dingleberry hits you in the eye, and then you die.
if you're lucky, that's what gets you into Valhalla.
Yeah. What was heaven called for the Romans? Heaven?
Heaven.
No, I bet you they had their own name, right? 'Cause
Well,
the
I'm sure it
Vikings
was.
had
I'm sure it
Valhalla.
was in a different. Well, I mean, the Romans were like one of the first major cultures to adopt Christianity, so it eventually became heaven.
Heaven. Yeah, I wonder what it was called for them.
A good whorehouse.
Yeah, or falling in battle and all the upskirts of it as you slowly fall asleep. Morovia.
Marozia. Marozia's son, 2 grandsons, and 2 great-grandsons, and 1 great-great-grandson also went on to hold the title of Pope. She had
good seed.
She had popes in her blood, and she had
eggs.
popes in her blood and popes in her vagina.
Damn.
Marozia then married her former brother-in-law, Hugh of Arles, who was the king of Italy.
Wait, all those kids were alive while she was alive, and then she got married?
No, I'm assuming that
out at some point.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't
she
get dick like that and live.
cranked out at least 1 son, and then that son went on to have 2 grandsons, and then she had 2 great-great-grandsons and 1 great-great-great-grandson.
But the son never fucked her to make a son.
No, not from.
They were ancestral like Cleopatra?
Not from my
Another thing I've learned on the show.
research. I don't know if Cleopatra actually fucked
Her
Ptolemy.
herself, but her family line.
Yeah, her family line.
What's it called? The
Inbred?
No, the name of their family.
The Ptolemaic dynasty.
Ptolemaic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ptolemies. The Ptolemies?
Yeah, the Ptolemies
Ptolemies.
really like to keep it in the family.
Cleopatra.
While Marozia was busy selecting popes and pulling strings in Roman politics, she was largely ignoring her other son, Alberic. So she had 2 sons. Only one of her sons actually became pope. Her other son, she was like, "Oh, you're not a pope, so I don't give a fuck what you do." He was a black sheep of the family. He was not the favorite son, I can tell you that much.
The coop of the family.
Yeah, actually, that is extremely accurate. Well, I think that's a term that you could use in like literally any situation. It's like, oh, he's
The
he's
coop of the party. The coop of the
coop
family.
of the party.
The coop of the project. I cooped my pants.
Tensions rose in the family until Alberic finally snapped in 932, like I'm about to do, and led a mob to storm the castle.
That'd be so cool if you snapped. Just out of nowhere, you just killed everybody.
No, it would
Hopefully
probably,
I'm not there so I could like experience it.
it would most likely be the least successful mass murder in history, and by that I mean I would probably just end up killing myself.
Yeah,
that's
not what I want.
mass murder -1.
That's not what I want. I want you to kill everybody though.
Okay, yeah, keep fucking poking me. See what happens. Marozia's husband Hugh was able to escape. Hugh Arles, the king of Italy. Hugh was able to escape, but Marozia and Pope John XI were captured and imprisoned. So it sounds like she was actually still keeping her side piece while she was married to Hugh of Arles. Marozia was never heard from again, but John XI was allowed to live, acting as a puppet for his half-brother Alberic. Oh no, John XI, that was her son that actually became pope. My bad. Maybe she was fucking him too.
So the other one was a half-brother?
Yeah, because one of her son that became pope was the son of the pope that she was fucking.
Okay.
And then she went and remarried Hugh of Arles and gave birth to Alberic.
Are there still Caesars at this time?
I mean, they would have had emperors.
And, are they like at equal
Oh wait, no. At that point, so this
power
is
and
this is the point where, like the Pope pretty much is
this new Caesar
emperor? Yeah, because
it's
this is
when
part
the
of the
religion took over.
the Holy Roman Empire, which is the boring part of the empire.
That's the holy part.
Yeah. Post Jesus fucked everything up.
Great guy. Passion of the Christ, great film.
They're making a fucking sequel. How do you make a sequel to The Passion of the Christ?
I hope it just like starts with him on the cross still, and he just gets tortured for like the first hour of the film.
All it is it's just it's an addendum to the previous torture. Like, here's all the deleted scenes of the shit that we did to Jim Caviezel.
Have you read what it's about?
No.
Yeah. If Mel Gibson's directing, it'll be good.
Yeah, that's true.
He hasn't made a bad movie.
I mean, to me, it seems like Passion of the Christ 2 would be like Titanic 2. Like, okay, the ship already sank. Jesus was already crucified. What the fuck are you going to talk about now?
True.
You're going to talk about Jesus 2?
Is it about the resurrection?
I mean, it must be. But then, you're going to have like a deity for your main character. What struggles does a Christian deity face?
Well, maybe maybe he won't be the main character in this. Who knows? Mel, if Mel's making
Jesus is going to be Jesus is going to be somebody's sidekick.
Well,
Dude, what
it'll be like a defending the fucking crypt or something.
No, Jesus comes back from the dead
as a woman.
Well, I was going to say to resurrect and forgive Judas, and then it turns into a buddy cop film where they start cleaning up, I don't know, the Middle East or some shit.
That'd be sick. I'd watch that.
Honestly, I would watch that too. I would be
And-
more
and
likely to
Dan
watch
Holloway
that.
is Jesus, and Ross is his sidekick.
So Dan Holloway is Jesus and Ross is Judas.
Yes,
I would watch that movie.
that'd be fucked up. And Ross has to write it, obviously,
Oh, well,
because
yeah.
it'll be really fucked up.
Yeah. So where did I leave off? Alberic remained master of Rome for 20 years, successfully defeating numerous attempts by his stepdad to return to power. Alberic appointed 4 additional popes, one of whom he had mutilated to death for not following his instructions. There's a whole lot of information in here that if I were to actually fill out all of the details of this story, this would be like a 6-part series. I was trying to keep this nice and concise.
Yeah,
Just
I like
keep it in the
Mana.
high
What's
points.
her name? Mama Chodi.
Marozia.
Marozia's dope, but so far everyone else kind of sucks.
Yeah, she raised some cocksuckers for kids.
Yeah.
Alberic appointed 4 additional popes, one of whom he had mutilated to death for not following his instructions. In 954, Alberic fell ill with a deadly fever.
Aldrich?
Alberic, A-L-B-E-R-I-C, Alberic. His dying act was to assemble the leaders of Rome and have them swear to make his son Octavianus, not Octavius, Octavianus the successor to the current pope, who was named Agapetus II.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's a stupid fucking name.
And Octaviatos, like these are gay.
Agapetus sounds like the real name of the guy who did the Goatsea picture.
I wish my middle name was Agapius. Joel Agapius Benner.
Agapianus II.
Agapianus.
So
Is that what you said?
no, it's Agapetus.
Agapianus.
But I mean, Agapetus isn't that much fucking better.
Agapitus. It's like a gape, like a butthole.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It sounds like
The Romans were fucking each other.
it's the family. Well, oh god, yeah. The Romans were fucking each other and fucking everybody else.
I wish that's how the world was now. I wish just everyone.
That literally is how the world is now. There's more
the
free
gay
sex
population
nowadays.
is so small. I feel like
I think it's the.
I don't
same.
even think it should be called gay anymore. Like there's queer, and then there's just queer is when you're like, and now gay doesn't
Is that what
exist,
it
and just
means?
everyone fucks everybody, and it's not like
Wait, so what is
like
in that
you and I could
situation? What does
just
queer
fuck,
mean?
like, and it's not like
Okay, I see where this is going. This is that slippery slope that we've been talking about, and that slippery slope leads straight to the butthole, and I'm not going there.
ever since you stopped drinking as much as you used to, I can't get away with fucking you anymore.
Why do you think I started drinking?
This is my last night as a civilian. The lady's coming into town, and I can't be messing around anymore, Coop.
You shouldn't be
This is our
anyway,
last night.
just because she's out of town.
If anything's going to happen between us, it's tonight. While you take me to the liquor store. Lick me store.
All right, get me another drink. Gonna need it.
Do you want another drink?
No, I'm just gonna stick with this. So Agapetus II died the following year, and the leaders of Rome kept their promise to Alberic. Octavianus was elected on December 16th, 955, and took the papal name of John XII. If you recall, John XII was one that we talked about at the very top of the episode, who a French historian called a robber, a murderer, an incestuous person unworthy to represent Christ upon the pontifical throne.
Pontificator. That guy. The pontificating belligerent old fart.
Apparently, John XII was a bit of a cock. At 18 years old, John was one of the youngest popes in history, and he acted as such. I mean, honestly, from the shit that this guy's doing...
Pope the 12th?
Pope John the 12th.
Pope John the 12th is
Yeah.
how you would say it.
Yeah, Pope
and that's
John
what
the
you would,
12th.
if you looked him up, that's what you would search.
Yeah, Pope John the 12th. He pretty much does what any spoiled, rich, like, trust fund kid would do if they were put in a position of power, which you just party and fuck everything. I mean, I dare say that's what most people would do in his situation, but he's the Pope.
That's what I would do.
But
I'd be the coolest Pope ever.
Popes aren't supposed to be cool.
I don't give a fuck.
Popes are supposed to be boring,
Popey.
and they're supposed to be pure, and they're
I'll be
supposed to
pure.
lead the rest of their pedophile army into the world.
If popes were fucking all the time, they wouldn't have to fuck kids in secret.
I know. I actually think that is an issue with the whole
Let's
Catholic
get that
doctrine.
out of their religion.
Just let the priests fuck.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Well, no, they never
Preferably
fuck.
people
they love,
that are
make love.
above the age of let the priests.
They'll come up with a new word
Okay,
for
that
it, like,
that makes it feel even
like creamy, gaudy time.
That makes it sound even worse. So you can say
You can't fuck, but you can make religion love.
But
a new word.
If the priests,
A new word for religion love.
if the priests were making love, that would mean that they were making love to these poor altar boys.
Yeah, and what happened? No, when a woman turns 18, you have to fuck the Pope. That's how you become a woman.
It's like a combination.
And if you're not a virgin, you get murdered.
it's a combination of prima nocta and forced conscription. I like that. Let's put that into.
I'm a big fan of prima nocta.
Let's put that
Big
into
fan.
Catholicism.
We should put. Yeah, I hope Biden drops that law before he dies.
Prima nocta.
Yeah.
It worked out great throughout history. Well, actually,
Would it be?
there's no.
Would the cops get that?
Oh, no, I think Biden or. No, in that
because it's
situation,
the
it would be
lord
like
of each town.
the mayors or the
Oh,
governors.
the mayors would get to fuck everyone?
But I can guarantee that, like, the city council and the fucking parent teachers association, they'd be
Would
trying to
love
get
it.
on that too.
Yeah, it would be.
Sick
He could also
fucks.
appoint it to anyone he wants. Because there's so many people.
Every year, instead of the president pardoning somebody, they're just bestowing the powers of prima nocta onto someone.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you find out someone's getting married, you can fuck their wife.
Yeah. Well, no, it's men.
Congratulations,
and women. Men
buddy.
and women. It's the new age.
Oh, it's 2022. Of course,
Yeah.
it's going to be inclusive.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, it'll probably include animals too.
Oh, that'd be hot.
The Pope's
I wish it was legal
residence-
because I'd fuck a cloaca if I could.
In a lot of places, it is.
It's legal to fuck animals in certain
In
places.
a surprising amount of places, it is.
What?
I think bestiality was only outlawed here
In
in
America?
Texas. No, I mean it's like a state by state basis. There are states that you can still fuck an animal.
animals? That's
Yeah,
weird.
Animals don't have voting rights.
Well, no, I know, but you. That's like a gateway drug.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
That's how we got the women's suffrage movement. You give them too much power, and all of a sudden you
It's
can't.
not
fuck
illegal to
animals
fuck
anymore.
animals.
No, there's.
So I could fuck an animal right now.
I mean, I would look up the current laws if you're going to be that careful about it. But I dare say if you're the type of person that's looking to fuck an animal,
I'm
you're
not, but I'm just
probably
saying.
probably not that worried about the laws. I don't
We
think
should
that
do
a
an
law.
episode on what you can do.
That
That would be an interesting episode. Like what laws or like what is it like as an American? What can you do?
I mean, there's a lot of things
Like
that you can
and
do,
like the
but
most extreme things you can. Like you can fuck an animal.
At what point in history has
You
a
could
law?
stab an animal.
At what point in history has a law stopped somebody from fucking an animal?
Well, I mean legally.
No, I know that.
Yeah, if you're gonna fuck an
legally
animal,
do it,
you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do anything that you want to do,
I mean, do you-
illegal or not, you're gonna do it.
Do you really think that somebody was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna fuck my"? Oh nope, wait, it's a $500 fine. Not
Me.
fucking my dog.
I was gonna fuck a dog, and I was like, it's illegal though, so I won't do it. I was just
It's like
bored. It
that's a
wasn't-
one law that you're not willing to break.
I don't break laws.
Oh no, that's taking it a little bit too far.
I've never been to jail in America.
I have never been to jail. Period. But
I've never broken a law and been caught
okay, yeah, I was
ever
ever
in America.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I've
that-
never been
no,
arrested.
that-
I've
that-
never been
that
in
fits.
handcuffs. No, I was in handcuffs once, but they let me go.
The
I think.
Pope's residence, known as the Lateran Palace, was turned into an enormous brothel where John would openly have sex with married women.
Would
which
you fuck
I
an
feel
animal
like-
if it wasn't illegal for
No.
money?
No.
$1 million.
$1 million? What type of animal?
A pig.
How cute is it?
Super cute. It's. I can't do this. I can't. I'm not doing it. This is horrible.
That is literally the response that I would have in that situation. I can't do this.
Yeah.
This is fucking
I don't think I
horrible.
could do
I
it.
can't do
yeah,
this.
I can't fuck an animal. That's so weird that it's legal.
I mean, a pig.
I mean, you're not hurting anybody, but
well,
the animal.
You're most likely hurting the
But
pig.
well, aren't there laws like animal abuse?
Yeah, there's animal cruelty laws.
So fucking an animal is animal abuse.
Yeah.
So maybe you won't get charged with rape, but you'll be charged with animal abuse. So it's not legal.
Well, yeah, I don't think you can.
I'm going to look into this. We'll talk about this on the
You
next
can't get
episode.
charged for raping an animal. I think that's. Well, I would think any sex that
Would
you
you
have with
fist
an
a
animal
fucking horse
would be
for
any
$20?
sex that you have with an animal is going to be rape because there's no way that an animal can give consent.
But if they don't, it's only rape if you don't like it. If they don't know anything, then what the fuck?
Slippery slope, Joel. That is a slippery fucking
Would you
slope.
fist a horse for $20? Because they do that all the time.
Well, I mean, if it was part of a job.
Yeah, like you have to go in and stick your entire arm in and pull all the poopy out.
I'm not going to let somebody walk out and be like, hey, dude, you see that horse over there? I'll give you $20 if you fist it. So I'll do that for free.
How much would it cost for you to fuck an animal? Any animal of your choice. Mammal, animal. In the object of equal size. You like the T-1000, but you have to fuck to mimic their movements. What would it cost?
I don't know. I feel like that would
I mean,
be.
what about a human? Like,
that would be a negotiating
how much would it cost
process.
for you to fuck someone you didn't want to fuck?
Do-
They had full consent.
I have been doing that for free for years.
So why does it make it different when it's an animal?
Because the human can say yes. Or the human can say, if you don't do this, then. Well, I won't continue that.
This is
kind
a
of
weird conversation.
thought.
We should move on.
It's a
from
very
this.
weird conversation.
So you're saying that you wouldn't fuck it? We're done.
I've been trying to move on.
Yeah, you're not gonna fuck an animal for money.
No.
Neither am I.
No, I'm
that's
not gonna.
weird. Fuck, if I was really poor though.
Can we have this conversation off the air so I can say what I really think?
Yeah, let's talk
I
about
don't.
it.
I don't want
afterwards,
this
dude. I
being
would
saved
fuck
for all of history.
any amount, dude. $1,000.
So the
Fuck a
Pope,
cat.
the Pope turned the palace into a brothel where he was fucking married women. He had numerous mistresses, one of which he made governor of a papal city and showered with church treasures. There were even rumors that John was kidnapping female pilgrims and bringing them to the Lateran Palace to have sex with them. So he was banging married women, kidnapping female pilgrims that were on their pilgrimage, and bring them to the palace to fuck them.
This kind of fits the conversation we were having.
Having a good old time.
He was probably fucking animals too.
I wouldn't be surprised. Unfortunately for John, his lavish lifestyle was his ultimate downfall. All of his gambling and whoring had drained the church's coffers, leaving them bankrupt. And with the amount of money that they had, that probably took some fucking work.
Everybody in the chat, will you ask your significant other or best friend how much they would, how much it would cost for them to fuck an animal? I know this is weird, but I want to know if anyone actually answers and how much it is.
With the people that we have in our chat,
That's why I want to know. Ruben's like, I already do that for free. No, I'm kidding, Ruben.
it's like, wait, you can get paid for that? No, we love you, Ruben. Without money to fund the army, John was easy pickings as soon as some competition showed up. And that competition came in the form of his former stepfather's nephew. Berengar of Ivrea was the nephew of Hugh of Provence and succeeded him as king of Italy. Berengar immediately set about retaking his father's lands and invaded the northern papal states in 960. Unable to defend himself, John reached out to a German noble named Otto of Saxony.
So John the Pope, is he still technically Rome?
Yeah, I mean,
And this is like an invading
technically,
country?
yeah.
Okay.
Otto of Saxony was offered Charlemagne's imperial crown and the title of Holy Roman Emperor in exchange for defending Pope John XII. Otto happily agreed to the deal, and the relationship between the two men quickly deteriorated because John's
Otto,
kind
is
of
it
a
the
cock.
Ottoman Empire?
No, it's just a German dude named Otto.
Sick.
Otto got sick of John's wild behavior and gathered a group of clergy to charge him with multiple crimes and elect a new pope. John did not take the accusations well, and with the support of the people of Rome, John took his revenge. Excuse me. John had numerous bishops arrested and punished. Some had their tongues cut out, others had their hands or noses chopped off. John then excommunicated the new pope and reclaimed his position of power. Once again, the Supreme Pontiff, John returned to his old ways, going right back into the whoring. John was only able to enjoy his job as Pope for a few more months before his lifestyle finally killed him. Stories differ as to how he died, but all of the stories involve sex.
Good for him.
One of the versions of the events claims that he had a stroke while having vigorous sex with a married woman. Another story says a woman's husband caught her and the Pope together, leading the cuckolded husband to beat John to death. However he died, John left this world the same way that he came into it, via some whore's vagina.
I'd be good with going. That's a good way to go out.
Dying during sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
if you could
how I
die
would prefer
any way possible you wanted, any fucking way, what would it be?
Either during sex or while I was sleeping, but for me, those are interchangeable.
I was on Get Fucked last week, and we were talking about it, and I think this is what I said on there, but there was context leading up to it, but most people probably listen to that by now, if you do. I want to die by trying to jump from one helicopter to another.
Why?
Because that's fucking sweet.
You know, that's very easily attainable. I mean, it costs some money.
We have a plan. Dan and Brittany are both going to get their pilot's license for helicopters, and they said once they do, and they both own their own helicopters, I will try to jump from one to the other. And if I make it, I make it, and if I don't...
Well, if jumping from one helicopter to another is the way that you want to die,
well, no,
like, why would you try to complete the task?
I want to complete the task, but if I die doing it, I figure that's a really fucking cool way to go. That's the thought process.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's fair enough.
Because my fucking ex, I bought her a Prius, and every day I was in it, I just was like, God damn it.
I want to jump out of a fucking helicopter.
I just don't want to die in a Prius.
Oh, God, I don't think anybody does.
You know, that's just so awful. Dying by, like, a propeller, getting your head chopped off because you jumped too high, or, like, you miss the jump and you fall to your death, that's fucking sweet. At least, like, it would get talked about later.
I mean, it would definitely get talked about. I'm sure the video is going to be shared on, like Live
everywhere
Leak
and
or
stuff.
Best Gore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not exactly the way that I want to die.
Yeah, you want to die sleeping.
With
whether or not you're
lots of
having
women.
sex. Yeah.
I can't tell the
No,
difference.
but what's the fantasy version? A violent way.
A violent death?
Yeah.
I want to die having aggressive sex. No,
I imagine you, like, falling from the sky to your death, but you're, like, you have a backpack that's a amp, and you're just shredding. But you've mastered one song so good that you could just shred so hard, and then you just fall till you die.
It's
so
like,
you're not worried about dying. You're just happy as fuck. You're just like, wow!
It's like the end of Alien 3, and I'm Ripley falling backwards into a vat of molten metal, just shredding. Honestly, it would probably be a song by Boston.
Yeah.
Well, I would need somebody to harmonize with me, though.
I'll go with you.
Because Boston ain't shit without two guitars.
I can't play guitar. I'll play a speaker that's just playing the one guitar, and I'll just be jerking off.
Okay.
Because that would be cool.
That's good enough. It's still.
I want to fall to my death, I guess, in the end.
I don't.
Get chopped up really fast or fall to your death, because instant when you hit and super crazy while you're falling.
It's instant.
Like the end of Crank.
Well, it's instant death if you're lucky. Even for Jeff Chelios, it wasn't instant. He survived for a whole other fucking movie.
What's his name? Paratrooper. The guy that jumped on 2 grenades.
Oh, Lucas.
George Lucas.
Jack Lucas. Henry Lee Lucas.
Jack Lucas. Yeah. Didn't he skydive and survive?
Yeah. Fell out of I don't know, that must have been a C-130 or something like that.
But he could walk again after, too.
Dude, he kept walking and fucking for the rest of his life. There was nothing that could kill that guy. Aside from, probably cancer or whatever it was that killed him. It comes for everybody in the end, though.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if it's butt cancer. Then it really comes for you in the end.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to have that for sure. My butt's always feeling weird.
I'm surprised you don't already.
I probably do. I've already had it in the front. It might as well come in the back.
You just need to eat more fiber. That'll
What's fiber?
push all that cancer right out your butt.
Dog food?
I'm sure there's some fiber in dog food.
What's the main fiber thing to eat?
I mean, you could eat apples. You can eat shredded wheat. You could eat some oatmeal.
Ugh.
You could start drinking Metamucil like people our age should be doing.
Blech.
Well, I guess that answers that question.
So, what else has fiber?
Protein
bars?
Nothing that you like.
I like fruits and vegetables, and
I just said apples.
I don't like apples. It's like the only fruit I don't like.
Okay, well, I mean, there's fiber in a lot of different fruits.
I like cantaloupe, watermelon,
I don't think those really have.
honeydew, kiwis, strawberries. I don't like oranges.
This might be
What do you like?
a
What fruits
double
do you
negative,
like?
but those are
Koopy?
some gay-ass fruits.
What are your favorite fruits?
I don't like fruits because I'm a man. I eat meat. I eat potatoes. I primarily survive off of crackers, though.
Crackers have carbs.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually anything nutritional in the food that I eat, and that's probably why I feel like shit all the time.
Probably.
That's it for this episode.
Great talk.
That was the Papal Pornocracy. We're gearing up for hopefully another big show.
Another big juicy.
On par with the
Joshy.
2 episodes that we did with Josh Barnett, which turned out amazingly well.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun with those episodes. We're hoping to have somebody else that's I don't know. You know who it's going to be. Do you think they're bigger than Josh Barnett? I mean,
size-wise? No.
No, size-wise, no. There's nobody bigger than Josh Barnett.
Yeah, he's massive.
In terms of
If they were to fight each other,
notability,
that would be fucking wild.
that would be
A tie.
ooh, that would be a close one. I don't know who I'd put my money on.
I think it would be a tie. I'm not putting my money on either one.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want either one of them to lose.
No, they have to tie.
'Cause
It
I
has
love-
to be
I
like
love them
Red
both so
Sonja versus Conan the Barbarian in Red Sonja.
Oh, and then we can watch them fuck afterwards. So yeah, I got another big show in the works. Not sure exactly when it's going to happen. May is coming up next month, and we're going to do a Mother's Day episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have
That's the big guess.
going to have Meemaw Coop on the show.
That's the big guess you're talking about.
Now, if we were pitting,
Literally, you
if we
just
were
gave away
pitting
the guest.
Josh Barnett, our mystery guest, and my mother against each other in a
Mom
fight,
wins.
yeah, Meemaw Coop wins.
Yeah, if you didn't get to watch the fight, you'd hear a bunch of violence, and then your mom would come walking in with both of them on one on each shoulder covered in blood and be like, dinner's going to be ready in
Time to
about
eat.
1 hour.
So yeah, another big show in the works coming
Mom
up.
was always packing.
Oh yeah, nowadays especially.
Yeah.
Holy shit, she never goes anywhere without a gun.
Yeah, that's tight.
I mean, she doesn't go to the bathroom without a gun.
That's awesome.
Never know when one of those turds is going to fight
she can't,
back.
She can't go unless she like pulls the hammer back.
She needs her iPhone in one hand and her pistol in the other, or else she can't shit.
It's that sound of that click just get the endorphins going.
Just really loosens everything up and gets it moving. You can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner. Also check out Conmen Podcast.
Yes. Well, I was going to say before that, leave comments on Apple Podcasts.
Oh yeah,
we just posted them the other day. There's a lot of really fucking funny ones, and that gets us on the charts.
I love the reviews
keeps
that
it
we
growing,
get
yeah.
on Apple Podcasts. Some
We have
of those
like
are
over
fucking
300 reviews
hilarious.
now.
Yeah, 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, or less than 5 stars. If you don't like the show, go fuck yourself. But yeah, leave whatever
Do
rating
5
you want.
stars, or don't leave any stars. If you don't like us, just go away.
Well, I don't know. Some people like hate listen to shows. Like Howard Stern got famous because people were hate listening to his radio show.
But they kept listening
hated
to
him,
it.
but they kept listening to him.
Yeah.
I don't care if you love us or hate us. Keep listening to the show. Tell your friends about
Hate
us.
it or love us that the underdog's on top. That's a 50 Cent song. Oh, yeah, and listen to the Comment
I don't
Podcast.
listen to
If you
hip-hop.
like us two fucks, there's a guy kind of like me, and Coop is on it.
Kind of your builds
It's me, but
are
it's not me.
surprisingly similar.
Yeah, he seems to wear the same shirts as me and stuff, and
Especially
Sounds
if we
exactly the
record
same.
on the same day. Like if Conmen and Iconoblast record on the same day, for some reason El Amnesio comes in wearing the same clothes as you.
yeah, we're connected in a weird way, but
Never
we're not
seen
the
the
same
two
person.
of you in the same room either.
We're not the same.
Anyway, also shout out to Skeleton Factory Podcast. Adam Hester is one of the hosts on Conman Podcast. He's also on Skeleton. He does his own show, Skeleton Factory Podcast.
His show's like Squid Games, except with com.
Yep, he is the man who came up with that saying, which is spread like wildfire. Well, it's spread like herpes
Like
throughout
herpes,
the community.
Herpes spread like wildfire, so
They burn, that's
all
for sure.
connected in some way.
They're burny and itchy. Anyway, we'll see you all next week.
All right, fuck faces.
That's it for this episode of the Iconoblast Podcast. My name is Matt Cooper.
I am Joel.
And
Better.
we are reminding you to never take anything at face value.
Ever.
And don't,
like we say,
don't fuck animals.
don't fuck animals unless you're getting paid a lot.
Well, you got to pay the animal too.
Take care. You have to keep the animal and raise it as your own and love it till it dies.
As long as
Unless it looks you in the eye weird, then kill it and eat it.
as long as it's within the confines of a marriage.
And if it's of healthy
Do whatever
breeding
you
age.
And it has to be above the age of consent. It has to be able to talk. If you're Dr. Doolittle, you can fuck any animal over the age of 18. You have my blessing. As long as you marry it.
So that's 3 years if it's a dog.
Ew.
I wouldn't fuck a dog ever.
I don't think I
It'd have to be a farm animal. But we could talk about that on the next episode. Later, guys.
Join us for the next episode where we talk about fucking
Love
farm
you.
animals.
Bye.